In the heart of an ancient town, nestled between towering oak trees and cobblestone streets, there stood a quaint antique shop known as Whispering Shadows. It was a place of wonder and mystery, where curious artifacts whispered secrets to those who dared to listen. One dreary afternoon, Emily, a young woman with an insatiable curiosity, stumbled upon the shop while exploring the town. Intrigued by its mysterious aura, she pushed open the heavy wooden door and stepped inside, the scent of old books and polished wood enveloping her senses. As Emily wandered through the shop's dimly lit aisles, her eyes fell upon a magnificent mirror tucked away in a corner, a relic from a bygone era, its ornate frame adorned with intricate carvings. Drawn to its otherworldly beauty, she approached the mirror and gazed into its reflective surface. But instead of seeing her own reflection staring back at her, Emily was greeted by a scene straight from her darkest nightmares. A twisted, distorted version of herself with hollow eyes and a malevolent grin. Startled, Emily stumbled back, her heart racing as she tried to make sense of what she had just witnessed. Could it have been a trick of the light, or was there something more sinister at play? Determined to uncover the truth, Emily returned to the antique shop the following day, her mind consumed by thoughts of the haunted mirror. She sought out the shopkeeper, a wise old man named Mr. Hawthorne, and begged him to reveal the mirror's secrets. With a knowing smile, Mr. Hawthorne led Emily to a dusty corner of the shop, where he began to recount the mirror's dark history, a tale of lost souls and vengeful spirits trapped within its glass for eternity. Legend had it that the mirror was once owned by a powerful sorcerer who used it to ensnare unsuspecting victims, their souls forever imprisoned within its reflective surface. Over the years, countless souls had fallen prey to the mirror's curse, their tormented whispers echoing through the ages. Determined to break the mirror's curse and free the souls trapped within, Emily embarked on a perilous journey into the realm of the supernatural. Armed with nothing but her wits and a heart full of courage, she delved deep into the mirror's dark secrets, confronting ancient evils and battling malevolent spirits at every turn. But as Emily soon discovered, breaking the mirror's curse would come at a price, one that would test her strength, her resolve, and her very soul. In a final climactic showdown, Emily faced off against the mirror's malevolent guardian, a shadowy figure of pure darkness that sought to claim her soul for its own. With a defiant cry, Emily unleashed a burst of pure light from within, shattering the mirror and banishing the darkness once and for all. As the ancient curse was lifted, the souls trapped within the mirror were finally set free, their whispers fading into the ether as they ascended to the afterlife. And though Emily emerged from her ordeal battered and bruised, she knew that she had triumphed over evil and saved countless souls from an eternity of torment. From that day forth, the haunted mirror remained nothing more than a distant memory, its dark legacy fading into the mists of time. But for Emily, the lessons she had learned and the friends she had made along the way would stay with her forever, a reminder of the power of courage, friendship, and the indomitable human spirit. Deep within the heart of a dense forest, where ancient trees loomed tall and twisted, there lay a place shrouded in mystery and dread, the Whispering Woods. Legend had it that those who dared to enter its dark embrace would hear the whispers of the trees, secrets whispered in hushed tones that drove men mad. It was on a moonlit night that Mia, a curious traveler with a thirst for adventure, stumbled upon the edge of the Whispering Woods. Ignoring the warnings of the locals, she pressed on, her heart pounding with a mixture of fear and excitement. As Mia ventured deeper into the forest, the air grew thick with an eerie stillness, broken only by the faint rustle of leaves and the distant creaking of branches. The moon cast long, twisted shadows across the forest floor, playing tricks on her mind and making her question her sanity. But it was not until Mia reached the heart of the Whispering Woods that she truly understood the depths of its darkness. There, amidst the gnarled roots and twisted vines, she discovered a clearing bathed in an ethereal light, a place where the veil between the mortal world and the realm of spirits grew thin. Drawn by an unseen force, Mia approached the ancient oak tree that stood at the center of the clearing, its branches reaching up towards the heavens like fingers grasping for the stars. And as she laid her hand upon its weathered bark, she heard the whispers, the faint haunting voices of the forest itself. At first, the whispers were barely audible, like the distant murmurs of a long-forgotten language. But as Mia listened, they grew louder, more insistent, until they filled her mind with their haunting refrain. Driven by a mixture of fear and fascination, Mia followed the whispers deeper into the forest, her footsteps guided by an unseen hand. And with each step she took, she felt herself slipping further into the grasp of the forest's dark embrace, her senses overwhelmed by its sinister beauty. But just as Mia thought she could go no further, she stumbled upon a clearing unlike any she had seen before, a place where the whispers grew deafening, drowning out all other sound until they threatened to consume her whole. And there, amidst the swirling mist and shadowy figures, Mia came face to face with the truth of the Whispering Woods, a truth so horrifying, so unimaginable, that it threatened to shatter her very soul. For in the heart of the forest, hidden beneath the veil of whispers and shadows, lay an ancient evil, an entity older than time itself, hungry for souls to sate its insatiable thirst. With every ounce of strength she possessed, Mia fought against the darkness, her willpower the only weapon she had against the ancient evil that sought to claim her soul. And as the first light of dawn broke through the trees, she emerged from the Whispering Woods, battered and bruised but alive, a survivor of a place where few dared to tread. But though Mia had escaped the clutches of the forest, she knew that its darkness would linger within her soul forever, a reminder of the horrors that lurked within the Whispering Woods, waiting to ensnare unwary travelers in their web of shadows and whispers. In the heart of the city, where the neon lights flickered and the bustling streets never slept, there stood an old curiosity shop with a faded sign that read, "Antiques and Oddities." Few dared to venture inside, for its dimly lit interior held treasures and terrors beyond imagination. It was on a rainy evening that Sarah stumbled upon the shop while seeking shelter from the storm. With a hesitant hand, she pushed open the creaking door and was greeted by the musty scent of old books and the soft glow of antique lamps. As she browsed the shelves, her eyes fell upon a peculiar object tucked away in a corner, a small, ornate box adorned with intricate carvings. Curiosity piqued, Sarah reached out and lifted the lid, revealing a collection of delicate glass vials, each containing a shimmering substance. Intrigued, Sarah picked up one of the vials and held it to the light. Inside, she saw a swirling mass of darkness that seemed to pulse with a life of its own. Without hesitation, she reached for another vial, then another, until she held a handful of them in her trembling grasp. Unbeknownst to Sarah, the shopkeeper, an enigmatic figure known only as Mr. Blackwood, watched her every move with a knowing smile. for he was no ordinary antiquarian. He was a collector of shadows, and Sarah's unwitting curiosity had drawn her into his web. Days passed, and Sarah found herself haunted by strange dreams, visions of shadowy figures whispering secrets in the darkness. The lines between reality and nightmare blurred, and she began to question her own sanity. Desperate for answers, Sarah returned to the shop, determined to uncover the truth behind the mysterious vials. But when she confronted Mr. Blackwood, he merely chuckled and offered her a deal, one that would reveal the secrets of the shadows, but at a price. Driven by a mixture of fear and fascination, Sarah accepted the deal. Unaware of the darkness that lurked within the shadows, she sought to understand. As the days turned into weeks, Sarah delved deeper into the world of shadow magic, mastering the art of shadow manipulation with each passing night. But with each vial she emptied, she felt a piece of herself slipping away, consumed by the darkness she had unleashed. It was only when she gazed into a mirror one fateful evening that Sarah saw the truth reflected back at her. A hollow shell of the person she once was, her soul suffused with the shadows she had so eagerly collected. In a moment of clarity, Sarah realized the folly of her actions and begged Mr. Blackwood for release from her cursed fate. But the collector merely laughed, for he had found a new pawn to play with in his eternal game of shadows. And so Sarah became just another forgotten soul, trapped within the confines of the curiosity shop. Her story a cautionary tale for those who dared to tamper with the darkness that lurked within their own hearts.